What's up, Wednesday Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about our new comic book day pickups for the date of April 23rd, 2025. I just returned from my comic book shop, and you know what that means. Stack of comics are a little higher, wallet is just a little bit lighter this week. But I digress. You know how we do this. We're going to go over all the books that I picked up from my LCS today, and some of them I might break down for you, give you a little bit of a review, and some of them I'm just showing you what I picked up and the covers I got. So without further ado, let's all go ahead and get started and just jump right into it. And my first book this week that I picked up is Batman 159, Legacy numbering 924, the continuation of Batman Hush 2, Part 2, Issue 2. Batman must make the hardest decision of his life, guest starring Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood. I don't understand why a lot of people, it seems like in the internet comic book community, just genuinely did not like this issue. I did because I'm a big lore guy, and I found like that I really liked the deepening of the yin and yang aspect to Batman and Joker that we kind of got in this issue. If you remember from issue 1, Hush beat the dog crap out of Joker, left him for dead. Bruce finds him, and he has to save his life. Well, in this issue, Bruce takes him to a doctor that he meets the night his parents are killed in Crime Alley that kind of took him in and was there for him at the very beginning. And he tasks her, gives her the impossible task to try to save the Joker. And she's like, well, the Joker needs to go. He's hurt badly. He needs to go to a hospital. I don't necessarily know that my skills and equipment here will allow me to properly treat him. And Batman's like, well, nobody here is going to treat him. And the doctor says, well, how about Arkham? And she said, Batman replies, well, if I'm going to take him to Arkham, I might as well just let him die here. So she saves the Joker and says, he's stable, but he can't stay here. So Batman takes him back to the Batcave, and he's trying to analyze the Joker and find out who he is. And he makes the comment of, I used to think this whiteness to his skin was just makeup, but it's not. It's from some kind of chemical that changed his pigmentation. And he tries to study his fingerprints. He's got no fingerprints. He's got no prints on his toes, nothing. And he said, I don't know if this is from the chemical too, or if Joker has mutilated himself so nobody will know who he is. And as he's doing this, he's confronted by Jason Todd, Red Hood, and they go have a back and forth and a conflict. And Batman kind of brings back up that he still lives with the guilt that it's his fault that Jason died at the hands of the Joker, and that Jason was just a child and Batman was his partner, and he should have protected Jason and never put Jason in that situation, which allowed Joker to beat him to death with a crowbar. Well, as that confrontation is going on, Red Hood gets the best of Batman, knocking him out, and as Batman comes to, he notices the Joker's gone, and he kind of puts two and two together that potentially Jason is working with Hush. We also get a little bit of a side shot of Nightwing talking with Barbara Gordon, who is also talking to the Riddler. So it's interesting to see how the Riddler is going to play into all of this and just kind of this revolving story of how all these pieces are going to come together. Like I said, the Batman and Joker thing, it kind of, to me, deepens that relationship because it just really goes to show you that yin and yang that Batman and Joker are, and that one cannot be without the other, and how far Batman will go in saving the Joker's life to kind of keep that, relationship going, and that no matter, it really deepens no matter what, one can't exist without the other. They kind of both need each other in this world. And I don't know. I just found it interesting. Like I said, I've enjoyed this issue. I understand some people have not and are not enjoying this Hush 2 storyline. But so far, it's been super interesting. Some of the best Batman stuff I've read in a few months. And I'm excited to see where it goes. So I'm excited to dive deeper into issue 160 and deeper into this Hush story. Moving on here, we got this beautiful Pablo Villalobos, Amazing Spider-Man #2, Legacy issue 966. What amped up Rhino from criminal super bruiser to rampaging disaster machine? We aren't spilling, but it just amped up Spider-Man. Also, that's right, Spider-Man is going in and out of control of his senses, trying to figure out how to get a full control on his body. and the only people who can help are Norman Osborn and Peter's long-lost childhood friend. I hope you're enjoying this new Spider-Man team in the new run in the return to the, renumbering as we have a new issue 2. This series so far is kind of focused on that Parker luck and giving you a little bit more of the Peter Parker aspect of things than Spider-Man. This issue kind of gives you a little bit more of the Spider-Man side of it. But Peter Parker has been poisoned, and he's kind of going in and out of these hallucinations where he's seeing all these different bad guys from his past in situations that he's facing now. And it comes to turn out that he gets help from Norman Osborn. At the end of it, we get a reveal that Itsy Bitsy has returned. I really love this book so far. I've enjoyed the first 2 issues of this new Spider-Man creative team, and I'm interested to see where it goes. So I did pick up this beautiful Pablo Villalobos Black Cat cover. Up next, we have Absolute Wonder Woman number 7. Diana has escaped the underworld once before. Can she do it again? It's a moment Diana and Circe have always known would come, but when the time actually arrives, the price may be higher than one of them is willing to pay. I really like this issue. It kind of feels like a filler issue as we start to partake into the next story arc, but I've been saying that Absolute Wonder Woman has been the weaker of the Absolute books, and I feel like this book here does a great job of reestablishing the Absolute Wonder Woman as a dominant book. It is a great bridge, hopefully, into the next story arc, and does a great job of getting me back in to the Absolute Wonder Woman world. I would definitely recommend that if you are on the fence about Absolute Wonder Woman, check out issue 7, see if it draws your interest to potentially check out issue 8. I know it did for me, and I'm all the way back in right now on Absolute Wonder Woman. The next book I picked up was this Cover C Lorenzo De Felici variant for G.I. Joe number 6. Duke versus Cobra Commander. It's all been leading to this, and the ending no one will see coming. Now, I don't want to spoil the ending for you if you have not read this book. If you're a G.I. Joe fan and you are reading this book, I don't want to spoil it for you at all. But this issue does have a great conflict and kind of amps up that conflict between Duke and Cobra Commander, so much so that Duke attempts to shoot Cobra Commander in the face. And that's not even the spoilery part. That last page is the page that's got everybody talking. So let me know what you thought of G.I. Joe number 6. Let me know what you think of that big reveal on the last page in the comment section below. And let me know, how are you enjoying the Image Skybound G.I. Joe over the Larry Hannah G.I. Joe stuff? Then we have a book I've yet to read, X-Men 15. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't read one of these X-Men books in a while. This is one of those books that's on my pull list, and I continue to pick up just because I'm trying to complete my run. And I started at issue 1 and going to issue 15, but I might be out on X-Men moving forward. It's just the story has not grabbed me. The relaunch really has not satisfied my need for good X-Men stories. And I hear people saying they like this stuff, but it just hasn't really spoken to me. But again, I haven't really given it a fair shot because, as I just admitted, I haven't read it probably since issue 2 or 3. So I might have to go back and check it out and then really give my final thoughts. But there's not a whole lot more I could say on X-Men 15, as I did pick it up. But again, I have yet to read it. Then we have this 1-25 Mike Mayhew variant on Eddie Brock Carnage number 3. Carnage versus Bushwhacker. Eddie and Carnage hunt for a serial killer has led them straight to Bushwhacker. It's time for Eddie to prove he's the biggest, baddest host a murderous symbiote could ask for. Carnage is out for blood, and he doesn't care whose it is. This issue goes to further that relationship between and show you that relationship between Eddie Brock and Carnage and how vastly different the two of them are and how vastly different the two of them approach murdering somebody or ending somebody's life, whether they deserve it or not. We do kind of find out what happened to all the passengers that were on the plane in issue 2 that just disappeared. We see that Carnage is holding them hostage to use against Eddie Brock and to kind of use him as a bargaining chip if Eddie Brock ever doesn't want to do something Carnage wants him to do. We kind of see Carnage still trying to be a badass of sorts and tank everything that Bushwhacker has to, throw at him until Bushwhacker somehow gets into an armory and a police station and really amps himself up to a point where maybe Carnage can't tank the damage because he's still recovering from his wounds from the previous storylines. But anyways, I digress. I really like the dynamic between Eddie Brock and Carnage and just how far Eddie Brock will go when pushed by Carnage, and also the potential return of Muse in Chicago. Who knows? You have to check out issue 4, just like me, to see where this story goes. But so far, I'm really liking Eddie Brock Carnage. Another book I have yet to read. It is in my stack, but I'm super excited to read it because how often can you say I actually read a Spawn book versus just got it for the cover? Because most people I know don't really know what's going on. You ask them, hey man, what's up with that new issue Spawn? What's going on in the interiors? They don't know, but they're like, I don't know, but that cover was sick though, right? Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel a lot of the times. But I'm really interested in this medieval Spawn stuff, this medieval aspect, Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. That's my jam. So I'm definitely going to give Medieval Spawn a read. I just have not gotten to it yet, but I'm super excited. And this Matina cover on an A cover is super sick. I can't wait to dive into this weekend. Just haven't had a time in the amount of time I have to record this to get to this yet, as I read some other stuff that I was more excited about first. And Medieval Spawn just hasn't hit that yet, but it will this weekend. And so hopefully I'll let you know later on if I'm going to go in for issue 2 or not. Then on a book that I was all the way out on, and now I'm back in. Just when you think you're out, they pull you back in. We have Absolute Martian Manhunter number 2. I was a little confused by issue 1 to the point where I was like, man, I don't know if I really like this. The way they're depicting Martian Manhunter, the way they're using the colors, the way everything's working in the story, I don't know how I feel about this. Well, issue 2 kind of ties everything together and makes it make sense, and I'm all the way back. I love the use of the colors in this book, and once they explain what it is and why they're doing it that way and what the colors represent, it sold me, it changed my opinion, and I'm all the way back. I loved Martian Manhunter number 2. I loved how the final page kind of closes the door and gets you up to speed and ties everything together, and it really made me excited for issue 3 and the continuation of this Absolute Martian Manhunter title. Now, I love all the Absolute books. I'm still not quite sold on Absolute Green Lantern, and hopefully Absolute Green Lantern can bring me back this in the next issue, kind of the way Martian Manhunter did with issue 2, as well as Wonder Woman did with issue 7. I can't wait for Martian Manhunter number 3. This is easily one of the better DC books this week. Pick up Martian Manhunter number 2, and if you haven't read number 1 yet, pick that up too and read them together simultaneously, because I found that that's the best way to make the story make sense and make you go, okay, I see what they're doing here. I actually really like this, and hopefully you do as well. Then our next book I haven't yet to get to this one either, is Magique number 4. I did pick this book up because if you watched my best and worst covers of the week video, I just love the J. Scott Campbell cover, and I love the depiction of the different emotions and different stages of Magique and how it's depicted on this cover. I can't wait to read this book. Again, time constraints just have not allowed me to do that yet, but I have been enjoying Magique standalone series so far. And let me know in the comment section below if you're enjoying Magique, or what book this week that you picked up that you're really enjoying, and maybe it's not one I picked up, and give me some recommendations, and let's see if we can broaden each other's pull list here, shall we? And our final book of the week is this 1 in 25 Phil Noto variant for One World Under Doom number 3. I did pick up this cover as well. I picked up both covers. This book is interesting, to say the least, because we all know that Dr. Doom is now the Sorcerer Supreme, and this kind of doesn't sit well with the rest of the Avengers and villains alike, so they kind of team up to formulate this plan of stopping Dr. Doom, and their grandiose plan is, well, we're going to stop him by doing what? Punching him in the face. Yeah, and it's such a ridiculous plan, so much so that even Mysterio points it and says, listen, you're really going to try and stop Dr. Doom, who is a Sorcerer Supreme, by punching him in the face. That's got to be the stupidest plan I've ever heard. And it's funny that a character in the book points that out, because I know you and us as the readers are thinking the same thing. And Tony Stark's like, well, it's not really to stop him, it's to distract him. But we do find out in this book that through his time as Sorcerer Supreme and his arrogance, Dr. Doom has neglected to keep up on the duties of the Sorcerer Supreme and keep certain spells in place that keep entities like Dormammu from entering into the real world and taking it over. And Dormammu has now sensed this, and that those spells are gone or decaying and weakened, and that he can, plan his attack and strike and have his way with reality. And I think issue 4 is going to launch us into that to see how Doctor Doom stops Dormammu, or if he works with Dormammu, or how Doctor Doom is going to handle the threat, the upcoming threat of Dormammu. I don't know. I'm interested to see that aspect of it. I still feel like the whole we're going to stop Doom by just punching him in the face thing was absolutely ridiculous. But what can I say? I don't write them. I just read them and give my opinions on them. But that's all the books I picked up this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want more great content from the Absolute Geek channel, make sure to check out one of our videos here at the end screen, or anything we have going on this channel, whether it is you like comic books, whether you like podcasts, whether you like wrestling, whatever it is, we got something for everybody here on this channel. But that's going to do it for me, saying thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, we'll see you at the spinner rack.